party.
Let's do it.
Let's rotate our pedal party. Hey,
let's do this. Hey, we're back.
We're back.
And we just rotated the pedals from last episode out and these new ones in.
Rotated the pedal party.
Rotated the pedal party. We got for you. Oh, I'm Chance.
I'm Kogan.
This is rotated the pedal party. Okay, let's get into it. Let's do this.
This thing is. It looks like a monster. It looks awesome.
It looks like someone from NASA built it.
Mm-hmm.
I have for you today in front of us the pedal that we're going to do and talk about on the show. And it's called the Lightning Boy Audio Thunder Knob.
Ooh.
And this is the first pedal I've ever unboxed. Oh, yeah. So first of all, when they shipped it, packaging was on point. Like, it was like Fort Knox in that box.
Oh,
it was Knox in the box.
Knox in the box.
So much packing peanuts.
Oh, packing peanuts.
And tape, a lot of stuff. But what's so cool is like all their shipping boxes all have the little like Lightning Boy
that's awesome.
logo on them. Yeah, super cool. But yeah, so this is the first pedal I've ever been like afraid of because it can kill you.
It has a warning.
It has a warning on
the
it.
back.
Don't open it.
It
High
says,
voltage.
Thunder knob. High voltage 12AX7 tube drive. Designed handmade USA. High voltage inside. Unplug before opening.
Unplug before opening. And on the little sheet that it comes with, it had an extra warning that's like, unplug it and then chill for a little bit and then open it.
And then open it.
Because it's going to take a bit.
Yeah. Got to let those caps dissipate.
Yeah. So we have the Thunder Knob. It is a tube-driven drive. Mm-hmm. It has a little 12AX7 in there. You can actually see it on the right side of the pedals. It has a vent for the tube, and it's all like lit up in there.
Ooh.
Looks pretty cool.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And as the name would imply, it's got one knob.
And it's a Thunder knob.
And it's a Thunder knob.
And
it has a switch.
And a switch on the back that also says Thunder.
Thunder. So that's Thunder on and off, and then there's a switch.
So what does this knob do?
Well, best I can gather, the knob is volume, and it kind of has like a preset amount of gain in it.
Okay.
With the Thunder knob, or with the Thunder switch off, it's like a lower preset gain. With the Thunder switch on, it's like higher gain.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's coming from that little 12AX7 in there. Kind of
the box looks. I like the way this looks.
Yeah. What's also cool is if you turn on that Thunder knob, then the little logo lights up, so you know
Thunder
what stage you on.
And the thunder rolls.
And the lightning strikes. Boom, boom.
So good.
Rest in peace, Garth.
If you're listening to this, come on our podcast.
Please. Oh, my gosh. No, I don't want Garth Brooks. I want Chris Gaines.
Yeah.
Because Garth Brooks, he's playing that Takamine. He ain't using any pedals.
Takamine.
Chris Gaines probably owns a Mesa Boogie.
Do they still make Takaminis? Or do they stop in the 90s? I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
That's a legit question.
I haven't seen a new Takamine.
I don't know. I would love to know.
Wow.
People could email us or drop us a line at rotator.party@gmail.com.
Yeah.
With all you Takamine experts. Is it? I assume it's Takamine. That's why I've always said it.
Takamine.
Takamine.
Take a mine.
Take a mine. What if it was Take a Mine?
Man, I was down there at the Guitar Center, and I'm looking for a guitar. If it's I'm a 6-string slinger. I found me this one. It was real cheap. It's called a Take a Mine.
Take a Mine. Take a Mine oil.
Let's play the guitar.
Yeah, we should probably play the guitar.
All right. Kogan has a Telecaster.
Yes, I got a 92 American Standard Telecaster.
I have my 09 Les Paul Traditional.
The trusty Les Paul.
Trusty. I've just been loving this thing lately. And playing that into a Hughes and Kettner EL84 dual EL84 Statesman 112 combo.
You know, I just had a great idea that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Is if we ever get Patreon figured out, however that works, we have people who are, what do you call them on that show? On like supporters, sponsors,
Sure.
whatever,
Contributors.
We could have a contest to name our guitars because we don't really name. You know,
That's
we're not
true.
We're not like name guitars kind
Right.
of people. I'm kind of like Telly, Strat, SG, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that'd be kind of fun.
That
And
would be
They
fun.
could name our guitars, and every episode we could be like, "Oh, this is it's the internet, so this is Butthole Jones, my '92 Fenders
69,
Telecaster."
69
Yeah,
at yahoo.
but it would be awesome. It would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So, should we just start with the knob at noon,
Yep.
as usual? That sounds like a list. Did you already say what amp we're playing through?
Yep. I did. Wow.
Ooh.
That hits you right in the middle of the forehead.
There is no taming the tone on that. It's
No.
just straight into the amp.
Checking our waves to make sure we're not clipping. Wow. There's some life.
So let's see
Some real vibrance.
what we
Wow.
got going on. So we're driving the amp for sure. Let's see at
Yeah.
Unity what's popping up.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Getting another phone call.
Heyo.
Hey, Binge, you're on the line with Rotator to the Pedal Party podcast. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm
Hey,
good.
this is Benjamin Bland, owner of B&B Audio, who made our amp tuner guitar switcher, live on the line, and he's a wizard in the shop. Absolutely. Life's moving forward for him. He's got a baby on the way, so if you have custom pedal
Congrats.
orders that you need done, he
Thanks.
needs money.
Yeah, babies cost a lot.
That's
so.
right.
They do. They say it costs $1.2 million
Cash,
to raise a child from
and
0 to
yeah.
18.
1.21 gigawatts, yeah.
Yep.
Well, like you can say whatever you need to say, and if it's bad, I'll just cut it out.
Oh, okay, because I was going to cuss a lot.
Okay.
I was going to make sure for Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going in anything drop D because then I can't get everything else I need to get. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a couple songs that have like drop D licks, and I assume you're probably going to be in drop D, right?
Yeah, I love drop D.
That's kind of what I figured.
That's my
I
native
have to play
language.
chords, though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, anything that does that, where it drops down that low, just know it's all yours.
Perfect.
Hey, Benj, what's your favorite
what's
pedal
that?
right now?
Huh?
What's your favorite pedal right now?
My favorite pedal right now.
Today.
Well, for today, yeah. Well, what I'm practicing for right now, the Iron Horse V2,
Yeah,
Oh.
buddy, dude.
kicking some butt into a plexi.
Dang, dude.
Oh,
So when I show up for that gig on Saturday, I might have like 3 different rats on my board. So we will be rat heavy.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it.
It's going to be great.
Rat
So-
King.
I'm not even turning it off for the nice, pretty songs.
No.
It's just all
Roll out, dude.
rat. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Cool.
sounds good. I'll see you then.
All right, sounds good. Later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
We've never gotten a single phone call while we've been taping this.
Never.
And my phone's been ringing. You know, when we said, "What's your favorite pedal?" I almost said, "It's not the Helix." That dude flipped a Helix faster than I've ever seen a person sell a piece of gear. I think he had it for 10 minutes
Yeah.
before he relisted it.
And he was like, nope.
Nah.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Back to basics.
Thunder.
We were going to try to find
Some unity
essentially
here.
like unity. Yeah. There's some treble on that, right? That high, it really pushes the high end, and it kind of contours that high end into the fuzziness.
Yeah,
You know?
so we're sitting with the Thunder knob at about 9 o'clock or so. Should we flip the switch real quick and see what that does?
Sure, let's do that, and
Between
then let's go back to both on the telly.
Okay. So here's no Thunder switch. Interesting.
I don't even know what to compare it to.
Yeah.
It's
very bright.
very, very bright. Yeah.
The let's try it. Okay, you want to hear it with the telly real quick?
Yeah.
Before we get too crazy.
Yeah.
So here's the.
We are scientists.
Telly
We have a
clean
method.
Tone. No Thunder switch. Thunder switch.
That's a lot of a lot.
Should we? Okay, so we have a very special pedal here that we kind of want to pair it with. Should we dime it first to see what's going on pushing the amp?
Yeah, let's just kind of see how it interacts with the amp. Because essentially what we're thinking is that with this thing, it really is kind of like a tube preamp in a sense. It's like a gain stage. Yeah. So we're wondering, like, can we kind of use this as an extension of the amp to make it a dirty amp? Mm-hmm. And then feed it some more dirt with a drive pedal. So
Yeah. So we've got a pretty clean amp here. Let's switch back over to the Les Paul real quick. I feel like I need to turn the. Okay, so here's no Thunder switch with the volume
dimed. Wow.
with a Thunder switch on. That is hot.
Golly, that is a lot of push.
Yeah, dude, that is. I don't know how much volume, like
How many dB?
how many dB we have on tap here, but that
It's a lot.
24. It seems like a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay, so I'm definitely feeling like it feels kind of saggy tube. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's also got an interesting kind of like square sound to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe crunchy is a good word for it. Like, it's not smooth peanut
Right.
butter. It's crunchy peanut
It's
butter.
crunchy. So something that I was kind of thinking about is there's not that kind of compression. Mm-hmm. And so it almost like, takes the place of that part of the amp in that instead of your amp getting to a place where it's like, that like woofy where you hit a note hard and you feel it just go, it just like pushes over the top of that and keeps it really consistent, which might be all the voltage things inside of it and all that, but like
Let's try one. I guess before we add this other pedal in here, I would like to hear the volume turned down on the guitar.
Okay.
To see what it sounds like cleaned up.
Sure. That's volume at about 2 o'clock or 2.
Let's try with the thunder knob or the thunder switch. Interesting.
Yeah,
I liked it cleaned up really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was really digging that. So I'm wondering, I'm going to switch these two around so we can have some control on this side. You know what you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let's try it.
Oh, hey. Huh? Oh, no, it's still going. Okay. We're good. We're good.
Okay, so let's get a little test going here. Okay, so we've got a mystery pedal here that's got a bass and a treble knob, gain and a volume. I've got the gain just barely on, to kind of give it
Barely
a little
going.
bit of life. Okay, so we're sitting pretty close to unity. So now we're going to run the thunder knob in front of this pedal to see if we can control the tone a little bit and see what kind of drive this thing can really give us. Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking this pedal is going to be something that you would want in the front of your chain, maybe to like give you like open the tonal possibilities
Right.
up, kind of like a. Some people do that with the Klon. A lot of people do it with the super hard on. And there's no tone controls. Well, there's tone control on the clone, but not on the super hard on. But it just like sweetens up your sound and like widens the. So we'll turn the thunder switch off. So we should be still getting some, but we'll get a little bit less. So let's see what happens. So this is what we're calling our clean tone, but we've actually got the SFT on. So.
Interesting.
So, yeah, okay, so basically, so here's no pedals. Here's the thunder knob with the amp. Here's you can pull that back. And then here's with the mystery pedal.
Two interact in the exact opposite that I thought, in the sense that
Yeah, what were you thinking?
So I first was like, yeah, let's put this at the very end of our chain and treat the 12AX7 that's inside of it like a 12AX7 that's in the amp,
like a front end of the amp,
right? So it's like if I could just pull one of the preamp tubes out of the amp and put it in a box and control it. That's kind of what I expected it to be, but I think I agree with what you're saying in that you can, if you put it right up front, then it instantly kind of expands all the possibilities of the width of the tone, and then can be kind of fine-tuned and like tapered off by your other tone shaping pedals like a drive. I definitely thought it was going to be the other way around, that I was going to want to just put stuff into it, but I kind of like putting it up front.
And I'm wondering if we could like dial in some gain on the second pedal.
Yeah.
And then use this as a boost.
Yeah. I will
like
also
a lead
say
tone.
You did one time say the name of the pedal, and so if we're going to want
Did I say it?
If I will have to go and edit that out. But
oh man, I was trying so hard to not say it. I couldn't help myself.
You're good.
I couldn't help my help.
Stelf.
Okay.
Oh, just right quick. Also, another thing I think that this pedal would be good for, just while I'm thinking about it, is
drums.
Drums?
I don't know.
Well, maybe
just throwing stuff out
it
there.
could definitely do like a crushed snare sound, to run it back through. But in a situation where you have to turn your amp way down, and then so the amp itself has no life.
Yeah, you could use this to get some gain out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's super
and
smart.
Because of the way that kind of the high end sits, I feel like when you have a good like tube amp and you turn it way down, you just very quickly lose clarity and body too. So this would kind of like
supplement
save that. Yeah,
I like that. That's smart. Okay. So there's our clean tone. Here's, I don't even know if we're saying it or not.
The
pedal,
drive pedal.
The drive pedal. Let's put some drive on boost, thunder knob.
switch.
Heavy.
It is, and I think that is for sure
thunderous almost.
Its highest and best use. Let's just, for comparison, get some single coils going on.
Yes.
But the same thing, I really like that in front.
Mm-hmm.
Drive pedal on.
Drive pedal on. Dude, that added so much heft to the single coils.
Yeah. So it's crazy, too. So the mystery drive pedal, it's not about the drive pedal.
It's not about the
so
drive
we're not
pedal.
going to bring it up. It's just a drive pedal. Mm-hmm. It's one we have never demoed, but has been on my board for years.
10 years,
absolute
probably.
Favorites. Yeah. I mean, it's 7 or 8. Yeah.
Wow.
Huge fan of it. And I never would have dreamed up this application. Just to be honest, it's a very dynamic pedal, mm-hmm. which is probably why it benefits so much from mm-hmm. that thunder knob being in front. I think if you have a drive pedal, take your pick. If it's the type of drive pedal that can shake hands and play nice with other pedals, the thunder knob in front of it is a game changer.
Golly, amazing.
Yeah, if it's kind of a tonal dominator, mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter what you put in front of it.
Like a fuzz pedal, like or distortion.
Yeah, then that might not be the best place to put the thunder knob right mm-hmm. before it, but in front of a dynamic and very open overdrive. Mm-hmm. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I think it what's the word I'm looking for? It expands mm-hmm. the frequencies, like the feel of the guitar, like it. Oh, pick down.
It's an inverted funnel. It mm-hmm. it widens everything.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's super useful, and especially so. I was. Initially kind of in the same camp that you were in, thinking like, okay, this is going to be like the front end of an amp in a box. But I think because there are some restrictions on tone control,
right,
and that there's no tone control.
None.
It is the sound of your guitar with gain on it through a 12AX7, like, and controlling that and volume. So I think if you're in a situation where you can shape the tone at the amp, then I think it's totally usable, like running straight into an amp, like last in your chain. Mm-hmm. But because, this show's about pedals and not amps and tweaking all that sort of stuff, I think using it with some tone shaping ability, so having the thunder knob first and then being able to shape the tone afterwards, and even driving a very dynamic pedal like you were saying,
right.
I think that works. Like, I think this thing would pair well with the Marvel Drive.
Oh,
I bet it would sound amazing.
Yes.
I bet it would sound good with the what was the other one that we did? That was a pedal in a box or amp in a box.
The LPD 87.
Oh, it would.
Dude, that would
very
be
well
nasty.
With that. Yes,
yeah, that would be, and especially because it has all those tone controls, and
mm-hmm. And so you can so really you're getting like feel and sustain and grit and whatever tube words you want to use, sag, blah blah blah, from the thunder knob, and then you're able to control the high end a little bit with a another pedal. But I think, for me that would be my application is I'm running the Thunder knob before most of my drive pedals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whew, we got tight quarters in here.
Yeah, I just made
That was amazing.
a dastardly guitar switch, and I almost broke 10 things. I'm like leaning across mic stands. It was awful.
Concrete jungle, man.
Welcome to the concrete jungle. Well,
okay, so now it's time to make the switch to the long guitar. 2000 Mexi Precision Bass. Fender. Tuxedo.
finish on it.
So I just want to hear straight. So we'll turn the Thunder switch off. And we'll roll the volume back to 9 o'clock to get some unity. So my prediction. Do we want to do predictions here?
Let's do them.
My prediction is I'm gonna love the Thunder knob by itself with a bass.
I think you're right. Typically, a lot of that high end that gets kind of harsh or should be tamed on the guitar it sits in a different place with the bass.
Yeah,
and is often like a little bit more
and more like
desirable.
a cut, sort of. Yeah. Thunder switch. With the Thunder switch off. I like that.
Yep. Very complimentary to
into
the P bass kind of
the grind,
chunky grind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, I'm into that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Let's hear it with the drive pedal.
Wow.
There's no difference.
I don't know if I'm giving too much away, but this pedal
hint.
It was designed as a bass overdrive, but guitar players kind of called dibs real fast on it.
We took it.
Yeah.
Took it back. Okay, so that's drive pedal line.
It is a life bringer.
It really is.
It's such a...
It's like going from... Let's try it with the Thunder knob on first. That's like going from a vegetarian burrito to like a steak and potatoes burrito.
Steak and potatoes.
You know what I mean?
Some sour cream.
No.
So much sour cream. It's the opposite of what I thought it was. Just to be honest, yeah, you got to put that
Expectations
right at the front.
I like it at the front. As a pre-board amp.
Yeah, and I don't think it's an always on type of thing. I mean, obviously, because it has no drive control and there's plenty of gain there.
Another pedal I thought of that I used to do a lot when I had one at the front of before everything, even compression, was RC Booster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sits in that realm.
Yeah, it's like a more gainy RC booster, not an AC booster, a more gainy RC booster.
RC
Very different.
Cola booster.
Yeah, but so broad. It's so broad. Mm-hmm. I definitely think that this is a thing that you could put on your board. Like I said before, save your butt in a situation where you have to be quiet.
Yeah, totally.
Because like I said, it's a total like life bringer. Tonal expander, wide feel.
Yeah.
Because it will help you. It will help you in the sense that is a tube that's juicing when your amp maybe can't. You can't turn it up, but this thing's gonna glow, baby. It's gonna glow.
It's gonna glow. Yeah. So I like it as a kind of like one of those like a feel pedal. You know what I mean? Where it's like. For me, right now, it's like the Archer Icon is like the first thing I go into.
Right.
And then that is a feel type thing. Like it gets a little bit brighter. It gets a little bit more low end. Like
tighter.
You know what I mean? Like it just has a little more life to it, especially when I can't dime my amp or, like run it as loud as I want to. And I think the Thunder Knob could absolutely do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have the tone control afterwards because I think it could become like harsh if you're running it at the very last thing. You know what I mean? Especially once you get delays and reverbs and all that stuff that's happening, in
all the
upper echelons of
But
there's just so much feel to it. Even on the bass, you can tell like kicking that thing on is just like juice.
Yep.
Wheatgrass. Maybe that's what they should have called it.
Yeah. And I think the last thing that I'll say about it is something that it does in the opposite sense of maybe putting a Klon style pedal at the front or, similar, is that it's not a focused pedal. It's the opposite. It's
everything.
It's like this expansion that it really gives you some width.
It's like the universe in that way.
Yeah, it's always expanding.
Ever expanding.
Yeah, which is nice to give the pedals in front of it the options of manipulating that, right? Because we know that putting more treble into this type of a pedal is going to do this, and having less blah blah blah. So, I kind of think that I would use this in maybe side by side with a Klon style pedal up front, but at different times.
Yeah. Like this
one
is
for
not something
punch,
you're going to have on when you want
for,
clean tone.
Right.
Because there's going to be gain on it.
I think the Klon would be maybe for like punch and precision.
Like cut.
Yeah. And this would be more just like overall umph and that extra bit of gnarl kind of stuff.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I feel like if you're trying to like track rhythm guitars or playing rhythm guitars live and it was like this into, what did I say earlier? The Marvel Drive.
Yeah.
That would be like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, something else that I would like to hear is this into a Marshall with like the presence off, but everything else just dimed. Yeah. Could be very cool.
Dude, that'd be sick. And it looks rad.
Looks great.
Thunder Knob by Lightning Boy Audio.
Go get you one.
It's yellow.
And it's a pedal. And I'm Chance.
And I'm Kogan.
See ya next time on Rotator.
The Pedal Party.
Yep. Sibilance.
Word of the day is syphilis.
Do you think that if you teach a class on broadcasting that you would have a sibilance syllabus? Screw it. Ooh.
Oh, I got off on that one.
There it is. All right.